So what do you do to teach your loved one how to love you? We're going to talk about it. I'm Blatant Mrs. L. I'm D Defines. L.
And this is Blatant Conversations.
L.
It's
That's
so
that
90s.
freestyle. Wait, because they call me Blatant. Oh,
No,
let's
no,
do it. No.
Let's stick to that spoken word, my girl. She's not a freestyle artist.
Oh, my name is Blatant. I'm here to stay. Yo, that is
No,
old
how about,
school.
my name is D. I'm a fly girl. It
Hey.
takes 45 homeboys to rock my world. I can float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and that's why they call me Friggity.
Hey, go Friggity.
Well, I
Go
just came up with
Friggity.
that. That's a
Go
whack
Friggity.
name. That's a whack ass
And my
name.
name is Blatant. I'm here to stay. Fly girls. Oh, sorry. No, bring it back.
You forgot it.
I
That's
did.
what it was.
Actually, yeah, I did.
But, yo, that was a classic.
I was on the wrong track, and I kind of tried to play it off. Why you had to blow
It's
me
cool,
up,
it's
bitch?
cool, it's
Why you
cool.
had to blow me up?
My bad.
You know what?
Remix. That's what it was. It was a remix, y'all.
You know what? I miss Double Dutch.
Oh,
Oh,
a
my
classic.
goodness.
It crossed my mind the other day, I really thought about it this summer, like having a little double dutch tournament
Oh, that
and
would be
getting like
amazing.
real average girls from the hood, just like, yo, you want to join and getting
You know
something
what?
together like
My
that,
homegirl used
and
to-
making up with doing it with the sorority, but
My
we could
homegirl used to
definitely
meet
do it
up
if you
on
want.
Eastern Parkway from Meetup, the website.
Yeah?
You know she would that people just whoever was interested, she had like a little meetup group and people who were just interested in double dutch, random people, strangers.
Dope.
Double Dutch right there, Eastern Parkway. She said you just get off the bus right there, going
I'm
in.
not mad at her. That's kind of cool. I
Well,
wouldn't mind. It's like a
how that-
flash double dutch.
Oh, I'm trying to think of the chair that went with it, the double orange and pop up.
I don't know.
Oh, don't get me started.
Were you ever double handed? They never said no. You double handed.
Yes, I was
Girl, I
always
used to
double
always get
handed.
double-
I used to be like, fuck that, that's your rope.
Exactly right.
Fuck your rope. Yo, I wasn't double handed a minute ago with her.
You know, but I can't rock with the Con Ed cords. You gotta get the fucking Bell Atlantic cords. You gotta have the colorful wires.
I need the thick black one. This is too thin. Any excuse.
I know. Anyway,
well,
how
what's
was-
up?
Nothing much. How was your week?
It was good.
Anything
I'm sick of
interesting
this. I'm
happen?
so over this weather. That's what happened. I'm
This
over it.
bipolar weather, right?
Over it.
Shit is fucking acting like a Gemini.
It.
It's all over the place.
I
No
don't- I
offense to
can't.
Geminis, I mean.
I don't know. And then if you try to move somewhere where it's warm, then you have your own issues. But I'm just like, you get a peak of summer. Like, you get it for like 2 months, and then you back to getting ready to deal with the bullshit. Like, I don't know. I'm not with this weather. It's too cold. It's too high. I mean, actually, you know what? Let me stop complaining, because wasn't it like in single digits like a week ago? Well, at least we in double
Oh,
digits.
luckily that was when I was out of town. I think that's when it was like
Yeah.
damn near 10 degrees or something.
You look up and see 4. You like 4 what?
that
Four
was crazy.
more hours till? No, that's what it is outside. That was crazy.
Yeah, but how about I had
Over it.
disconnected my Alexa and I reconnected it, and for some reason it was like on Celsius. I have no idea why, but for some reason I'm asking the weather, and it had told me it was like 4 degrees one day. I swear I sat down in my bed for a second, like, what do I put on? New York, 4 degrees is ridiculous.
What do you
I
put
so
on?
seriously put on a bunch of shit, and it was a lie. That shit wasn't right. And I got home like, yo, what the hell's wrong with this app? And sure enough, it was, that's what it was. I
okay.
hadn't known at the time, but that was a funny ass day. Anyway.
Interesting. Yeah, so that was how my week's been, my month's been. I'm over this fucking weather. It needs to go away. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready to get out these bubbles and the underclothes, and done. I'm done. That's it. How about you, boo?
I hear you. I mean, so often did, booking a flight to some warm weather cross my mind, especially since my birthday is so fast approaching. I really wanted to just head someplace warm, but I'd be doing it alone. And who wants to celebrate their birthday alone?
Listen,
So
haven't you gone
my
away
ass
like
stayed
5
here.
times in like the last
Listen,
month?
don't worry about that. It's not your birthday those days.
You know what? I'm
And
done.
honestly, it's a beautiful feeling to wake up someplace warm, in an area where you have no stress and hopefully no service on your born day. It really is a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. And I've been blessed to been able to do it. So this year I'm celebrating it. Well, I always celebrate it with my family and friends, and that's when I'm in town, whether it's before or after. So this year I'm just celebrating it with family.
But you
and
can't
friends,
lie.
which is a beautiful
I
thing
have given you
also.
the best birthday present ever. Okay, so last year when we was in Hollywood, Okay, so yeah, you know I always got to blow you up. So last year she partying, she in Vegas. Now D defines no blatant. I can party, but I'm not doing that all day, every day. Hills, it's just not me. Okay, so I say you rock out. I'll meet you on the downtime.
Okay, so last year's. Let me give them a little bit of context.
Okay.
Last year's birthday, I decided to do a combination of birthday trips. So my cousin's birthday is February 10th. My birthday is February 11th. With that being said, she was celebrating her birthday in Vegas. So I said, I'm going to rock out with you in Vegas. And then I'll end the trip in Cali and like low key relax and unwind. Continue, please.
With Blatant. So she
but still party. I mean, still party a little bit because technically that was my birthday while I was in California, was the date. Of my birth.
Okay, right.
It wasn't my birthday when I was in Vegas.
Wait, so let me let them know what the best gift ever was. So she was partying hard body, and we ain't gonna get into the shit that happened, but she was partying hard. The shenanigans that was going on, but partying hard. I'm talking about
in Vegas.
Stays in Vegas. Okay, what Nita stayed was your ass in bed. She was getting 45 minutes of sleep here and party, waking up half to the next party. Cool, rock out. So she came. She came to Cali, no sleep, with the ready to party. Woo! So I have some fruit soaking. I felt like a nigga. This is crazy. It's kind of weird to say I'm this kind of. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I feel kind of strange. Bitch, don't get too close to me.
But you know you look out for your girlfriends like this. But all the ladies know.
Some fruit soaking and some liquor, some petals on the bed. No, I'm just playing.
No, she didn't have no damn petals on the bed. That sounds a little cuckoo.
A warm bath running. No,
she didn't do all that.
No, all of that. But I had the fruit ready for her. Cause you know the fruit that's soaked in some alcohol can get you twisted. Either way, she comes in and she's ready to party. She sat down, no lie, and she started falling asleep. And when I felt bad at first, where I was like, you know what? No, she said to wake her up. I know. Nope. I'm gonna let her sleep. When I say I gave her rest.
Can you believe it? This chick let me sleep on my birthday.
But when she woke up, she said, thank you.
No.
Don't you remember that?
No, not the first time. The first time I woke up,
you cursed me out.
It was like 1:30. Like, hey, let's go somewhere. It's 1:30.
And I rubbed her forehead. I said, my child, go back to sleep.
Yeah,
and I just went back to sleep.
It was definitely one of those. And at that point, some of the sleep already set in. That was just like a quick adrenaline burst.
It wasn't all you that agreed to it. I got you.
I'm going back to sleep.
Like then as soon as she woke up, we rocked out. We chilled out. We rocked out. But get your rest. Nah. I'm not one of those. I'm gonna turn up, but you know.
Yes.
That was cool. So that was a great birthday.
That was a cool
every
time.
Every birthday is always great.
Yes, every birthday is a blessing. So everyone enjoy your birthday. I definitely enjoy mine. I try to treat it like a holiday. It's everyone else's holiday as well as mine, so we all celebrate. And I always like to do that. On to what?
Celebrate. No, I was gonna say you should celebrate all the time outside of your birthday. Sometimes if you just celebrate,
but in a way, when I do
stressful.
my birthday activities, I try to make it so that everyone isn't always spending. I try to make it a little bit more cost effective.
No, you do a lot. I'm just saying some people don't do anything till their birthday, and then it gets overwhelming, and it's just like that one day, and it's like every day. I feel you should treat yourself. Like every day is a holiday.
That's a
life
fact.
is life
you
is
know
real.
I do that.
Hey, right. That's why I'm like, oh girl, you exempt from this. I ain't even talking about you.
Yes.
Didn't you just travel 5 times in the last month?
I mean, I do anyway.
Right.
On to the topic.
Moving on.
Moving right along.
So what is the topic of the show?
All right, so what we're going to discuss today is just like, can you communicate with your significant other? Are you aware of the languages in which your significant other can communicate to you and the way they express their love?
Love language?
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
So yeah, basically.
There is a love language.
Do you know or are you aware of your mate's love language?
And do you know what love language you're giving off? Because you know nonverbal actions and what you do.
Do you know what the love languages are?
Let's start off with that.
How about that?
Okay, so what are the love languages?
Okay, so defined by Gary Chapman, who also has a website and a book, and there is a quiz online. If you guys are interested, you can take that quiz. It's 5lovelanguages.com. That's 5 LOVELANGUAGES.com. The moment you go onto the site, you go ahead and click the necessary tags that apply, and take that quiz and it'll go ahead and define your love languages. It'll go give you a percentage based on quality time, whether it's acts of service, receiving gifts, physical touch, or words of affirmation, whether one of those five things are majority, the way you express the way you love with your significant other, and the way you would like to receive your love.
What do you think yours is?
Which one? I mean, if I gave everyone a percentage?
No, well, looking at them, which one do you think is your love language?
Mine's is definitely quality time.
Okay.
I think with quality time, I get it all.
Yeah.
Because with the quality time, you get words of affirmation. You're more than likely going to have acts of service, because I'm constantly like, can you go get me this? Can you go get me that? Quality time, I mean, I'm going to get some services, some receiving gifts.
You know, I think it's all included, but I think if you had to pick one.
Always there with quality time.
But if you had to pick one,
quality
which would
time.
be the first one? Quality time.
Yeah, and when I took the test, my first one was quality time.
Mine too. I actually took it the other day, and mine was quality time. And by quality time, it's really just, I feel, it's like a kid. You can sit there and you could buy them a whole bunch of gifts and stuff, but if you don't take them to the park and they don't have memories and things, like, time is big. And I'm big on time. Like, I'm big on you just have the consideration of how was your day. You might be running around all day. If you could just stand still for 1 second, say, babe, how are you feeling? That would mean so much more than you coming with all this stuff and what bag you want and what shoe you want, you know, like all that other stuff. Y'all can see me doing the little Kevin Hart poke. What you want? None of that. All that means nothing. Means nothing. I'm so big on that. It's to the point where sometimes I feel like bitches be winning, and sometimes you have to kind of do more than just the quality time thing, because the people who demand stuff, you'd be surprised of the ones who really just want the love and, you know, the real shit. They kind of you can really get walked over. So you can have a little, you know, it's a little fuzzy right there, but you got to be careful to not just say, okay, let down everything. I don't want anything but hugs and love. Like, you know, there's still criteria, but for the most part, what's most important is just you spending time because you have to make time in life in general. Like, if you can make time for me, I'm important enough to be in your schedule. So
I agree.
Yes,
and I mean,
ma'am.
For me, I think, like I said, it was all encompassing for me. The moment you have the ability to spend quality time, you learn so much more about a person. You learn the way they react to situations the more time you're with them. And in different situations and in different environments, even better. And it's an even larger way to see the range that this person has in the way they treat other people and the way they experience life. So
Very
for
true.
me, that
Yes.
works out the best.
Very
So
true. Get to
I
know
actually
them.
had
Yeah.
someone else take the test too. I had my significant other take the test.
Oh, wow. What did he get?
So when I asked him to take the test,
Long ass pause. So.
because quality time came up second. The first thing was acts of service, and for me
Really?
that was
Okay.
that threw me a little, because acts of service just
Right.
refers to, I mean, I didn't, when you go through the questions, you'll see how defined they are. It's kind of like an eHarmony profile. They really ask you 101 questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm exaggerating a bit.
They ask the same question in different words. Like,
Right. They rephrase them in a
repetitive,
way
yeah.
just to find out, I guess, what out of that
are you
question
sure?
are
No,
you
really,
looking
are you
for?
really sure?
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, are you sure?
You know, I totally get it. I totally get it, because it made sense when they asked the question. It was a different question, because I am
Right.
an not analytical thinker. So in a way, it made me look into why are they asking this before I even answered, and answer it a little bit more thoroughly than just reading the question and clicking.
So
Because I really wanted a realistic response
right.
as to what it is that I'm expressing or what I would like to receive.
Now, did he read it well, or was he just clicking?
I can't say.
Oh,
There's
okay. I
never,
thought you was
you
there
know,
with him.
But even still, I wasn't, taking it with him. So even with that being said, there's no way of knowing how the person interprets the question.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
But acts of service was first, then it was the quality
Then it was
time,
quality
then it was the physical touch. No, words of affirmation, physical touch, then receiving gifts. For me, it was physical touch after quality time, then it was receiving gifts, words of affirmation, then acts of service.
Acts of service is at the bottom for me, I think. If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, like the very bottom. Right.
As was mine.
Physical touch was the right before last. Yeah, interesting.
But what does that say about us? Because in a way, we don't look for people to do things for us to show us that they love us.
Exactly.
You know? But in a way, the receiving gifts was my third. And it's not to say that I expect to receive gifts as acts of love either.
Right. It's just you're thinking about me and you're thoughtful enough to
pick something up spontaneously.
Especially
if you put
especially if you put thought into it. Not if you just random. You're like, I don't even like red. Like, what? I don't even.
It's when you're going to the bakery. You know, I love. You know, whether it's
rainbow
pumpkin
cookies
cake
or something,
and you
right?
Pick me up some pumpkin cake, something that's out of season, primarily, and you want to, make me smile.
Exactly.
It's knowing that I like a specific, flower, and it might be in bloom and season, and you see it and picking it up at a random time, not it being,
if you get one of my soul food restaurants and I like to get my fat girl on, you bring me back a plate. I'm just saying little things like that. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. Well, no, the fat girl moments. It can get real.
I tell you, I think that's how I was won over. That's how I was won over. I tell you. I used to get spontaneous pick you plates. There's a spot called Pick You Plate. Literally, pick you plate. I understand it's not grammatically correct.
Okay.
But the food is so bomb.
Well,
it's
you
West
just
Indian.
Pick any type
it's like a buffet place, and they weigh your food and then charge you accordingly.
What kind of food is it though? Like
West Indian.
Oh, okay. Where is it?
So good. I don't even know.
No, I'm saying in New York.
The food used to come to me. It's in Brooklyn.
Oh.
Yeah, we're in Brooklyn. So yeah, it's in Brooklyn.
Wow, look at that. See, Brooklyn is
so good. Pick you plate.
Never visit something in Brooklyn. Ain't that crazy? You would think
is it pick you up? So fix you. Is fix you plate or pick you plate?
Still never heard.
One of them. Still so good. Amazing food. Anyway, back to the topic.
So back to the topic. Yeah. So just to wrap it up. It's really because keep it short. It's Valentine's Day. It's Black History Month. Even though to me, it's every day is Black History, but it need to be told. Ow, that's a whole nother story. But just to know your love languages. I feel that's big with communication. So at the end of the day, it's know your love language, know your significant other's love language, and this way you can learn how to communicate. Because communication is everything. If they're not into emotions and they're big in giving gifts, you can at least know that they attempted, and then you can communicate with them. Well, this is how I like to be loved, or this is how I feel appreciated, and let them work on it. I mean, everything's a work in progress. It's really just about compromise, and it's not that you may agree with everything, but about accepting. Figuring out where we can meet halfway, and that's it.
That's for sure.
Love is love. Like I hope everyone can find some love out there. Real
yes.
talk.
And
Real
seems that the internet might be your only option these days. So do not give up on the internet. I know some people are now
I started
losing...
thinking about plastic dolls when you said the internet. I'm sorry. You talking about like love sites. Okay.
No,
I was about to say, whoa,
I am not referring to a Sophia. Please. I am actually against...
It's real in the field. That's another story. It is real in the
Although
field.
I really heard a really strong argument for why men should have the ability to... that's another day.
That's going to be the hamster wheel. We'll get to that. No, we'll get to that.
We'll approach that. But
oh my goodness.
As far as the 5 love languages, quality time, receiving gifts, affirmations, physical touch, acts of service, understand that everyone is different. Everyone expresses love differently. Everyone had received love at some point in their time in different ways from different people. So just be understanding to that fact. And try to communicate with your significant other. I think these are some of the conversations you want to make sure you have with your partner.
Blatant conversation.
You want to make sure that you're having the conversations that might be a little bit uncomfortable, because honestly, when I have dealt with certain people, I love to communicate, and I'm constantly people may consider, a little intrusive, but if I'm with you, then there is no such thing of me being too intrusive, because you've literally intruded my body. So bottom line is I get to ask you whatever I'd like. And with that being said...
That's a thought drop.
Shut up.
We're going to have thought drops throughout
anyway. You're going to at the end of the year, you collect all my thought drops.
I'm going to collect all the thought drops and make a story.
Like that.
You heard that? Yo, I could imagine. Oh, you know what? It might come to life. I'm telling you. Here it goes rolling.
Anyway. Before I lose my train of thought, as I was saying... Understand yourself. Understand the way you like to receive love. Understand the way you're expressing your love, and have the conversations that are necessary before you decide to completely delve into a relationship and fully commit. I think that these are the conversations you want to have while dating. You want to understand, okay, are you close with your parents?
Right.
If you are, how and why aren't you? Do you
Have
guys
you
say
ever
you
been
love each other?
abused? Do you
I think
believe
that's
in-
another
It's a lot
common
of
question
things,
that
right?
you may never ask.
Do you say you
Just
love each other?
understanding, just understanding how someone loves. Like, is love a word that you use?
Right.
Because so many people either overuse it, and not understand the real definition of it. They use it as a friend, like, hey, I love you. Like I say, hey, friend. And myself, I don't call everyone my friend. I am clear with my friend and my associate. We had that conversation on other topic. But the point of me saying this is only to say that knowing whenever you're walking into a relationship, there are certain things that you want to find out sooner than later before you completely emotionally allow yourself to be vulnerable to someone else. So just keep that in mind. Yeah.
Very, very true.
With
very
that,
true.
we're going to wrap it up. And do we have a bum fuzzle?
Yeah. Oh, God. Ooh.
Is
Is the bum fuzzle. Stick to the spoken word. I can't sing either.
Yes.
So, I'm going into the bum fuzzle. We gotta get to her name is Patricia Cummins, and I'm pretty sure everyone's heard this story because it doesn't make any fucking sense. But the teacher in the Bronx.
Yeah.
At that, come on, rep in New York. This is ridiculous.
That's sad.
No. Okay, let's clarify. A white teacher in the New York City public schools, where the majority of the students are black or Hispanic during Black History Month. Shall I keep going? Oh, sorry.
Wow.
I mean, it doesn't even matter as during the month, but it's just that was her.
So go ahead, tell them what happened, and then we can go ahead and give
That
them
was
our
how the
reactions.
story. That's how everything happened because of quote unquote Black History Month.
Okay, so this is a lesson. This is a lesson that's being taught by was she Caucasian?
She was Caucasian.
Okay, by a
Yes, she
Caucasian
was.
female teacher.
Yes,
And this is in the Bronx.
in the Bronx, on
elementary school?
February 2nd. No, was it elementary school? Middle school, yes.
Okay.
Middle school, 118. 81% of the population, black and Latino.
All right.
And so what happened was she was trying to teach about the Middle Passage. The Middle Passage is the whole African trade slave and get 3 black kids to lay down on the floor and basically act like slaves. And then when one of them went to get up, she actually stepped on their back and basically had that conversation as far as, well, know how it feels to be a slave and yada yada. But either way, it's just, she said by quote, because let me not just throw words in her mouth, you see how it was to be a slave? How does it feel?
And for so many reasons.
That is so wrong and so disrespectful.
It really doesn't make any sense how insensitive she is to the topic, to the month, and to these children who have no idea where she's coming from or why she's doing this.
I can't. Like, something. See, this is definitely a bum fuzzle.
Have we found out the repercussions for any of this?
I think she
at
was
this point,
suspended.
Yeah, I think at this point
know.
there are. Yeah, she had to have been suspended, or at this point she no longer works with children. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, a few
They've
days.
kept her away from children from here on in. But that teachers union, they really don't it's really hard to get a teacher out of here. So in some way, shape, or form, she'll probably be pushing paper for the rest of her career, but it doesn't change the fact that forever those 3 children's lives might be changed in their memory.
That's crazy.
Of that experience.
Right, and they say before she did all of this, they were watching some footage of the slave trade and slaves getting beaten and
so
everything like that. So
what was the point of the example?
I guess to replay the movie.
I think she
the
just
show.
had some frustration she wanted to take out on some of those children that she might have felt was unruly at some point in that
She put her foot
curriculum.
on somebody's back. Like, I don't care what you was trying to teach. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's my point. I think that's something that she probably had a fantasy about doing for the longest time. She
fantasy.
And wanted to take out and do it.
You
never know what these people think. There are so many people out here who don't think sanely. We all know common sense isn't so common. So most
obviously, because this has me baffled. Because
the way you would think they should think.
That's just like the H&M with the little boy with the sweater. You just be like, nobody was black.
Nobody was black.
It don't matter. But that's the point. It doesn't matter.
When you look at everyone who was working on that campaign.
Nope.
No one was black.
It doesn't. That doesn't even matter. The mother was black. She said she felt
it doesn't
she was fine
matter.
with it. the fact that
But it does, because in a way, if you're having an
Oh,
international
my God.
company where you have to be conscious of certain cultures, you have to be conscious of certain colors when it comes to nations and different countries that you go into. When I visited Thailand, you have to be aware of certain customs and the way you walk in, the clothing you should be wearing, the certain attire when you're walking into temples.
right, and
What I'm
everyone
saying
knows
is
about slavery.
this my same
not open to.
okay, so I say all of that just to say that an international company have to know how to market in a country that they're marketing, like they're attempting to sell in or build businesses in more and more stores. If you're branded as an international company, you have to have an international board, or at least have at least some team overseeing everything that comes out for every market that is a variety of cultures, so that they can go ahead and let you know what's what. That's
Okay.
all I'm saying. They need to have some sort of
Oh, you're saying they
cultural
need
awareness.
to.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying they have it because I'm looking at you with
Of
a
course
dumb
they
face.
don't
Like,
have
so
this.
then why?
If they had this would never have had.
That's
This would
what I'm
never
like,
have
what are you
happened.
talking about? Okay,
I'm
'cause
saying it's
that's
because they're
crazy.
all white. Initially, I just finished saying, yeah, they're all white. That's exactly why this,
I don't know
skipped through and no
if it's
one
a
was
board
aware.
of all black people and someone mentions a cracker, like even though like it doesn't matter.
We
if
already
I'm
know
not,
it's being done intentionally if it is out there.
Yeah, we spoke about the H&M situation. That's a whole nother
All
story.
right.
But I just feel like people should like, how can you not be aware of what you're doing? Which just means, to me, that just shows me that she's racist. Period.
Right,
That just
right.
shows me that she has, like you said, deeply rooted problems and all this other stuff. Because there's no way you could be that insensitive. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I'm sorry.
And not even just that, but you're a teacher.
You
You already know the innocence that these children possess at the age that they are in. Why would you want them to go through something that way? Already knowing that they've already had to, suffer and endure struggles being
they
in a
have
community
how many
where they
years of their
already
life yet to still
underserved,
suffer?
underprivileged, and undertaught.
Yeah,
Right.
That's crazy. But yeah, so she's definitely the
Bumfuzzle.
bumfuzzle of the month again. She's up there with my other
Trump.
guy I've been talking about. What's it? Kevin McCall.
She's another one.
Oh my goodness.
Throw
So
in the
yeah,
pot.
so definitely a bumfuzzle. So I hope she never teaches again in another school, and I hope somebody steps on her kids. Next,
That's a fact.
that's
Um,
that end of that story. So
We're going to bring it on over, since we were just talking about this woman. I want to also, I want to give some kudos to our Black Wall Street of the week is going to be Urban Intellectuals. So Urban Intellectuals is a collective, I would say, that created these cards. They're Black history cards, and they inform you of most of our men, women, and just philanthropic people that were Black. Anyone who made a significant note in history is mentioned on these cards. They have different volumes, and I want to go ahead and give them a kudos because I've literally purchased at least 7 sets of these intellectual cards, and I've given them out all through Christmas, birthdays, for young Black women and men, and young children, honestly, just because I feel like this is something that everyone should have in their homes. This should be our game home trivia. We should
Say it
all be
again.
aware of some of these activists and some of the people who are doing some dope, terrific things across the world. And I don't mean just this country. I literally want you to understand across the world. And that's where these cards range from. They're literally across the world, people who have done amazing things throughout history for Black people in Black history, and it's mostly Black. It's our Black activists, our Black heroes noted on these cards. So I want to go ahead and give them a shout out for our Black Wall Street of the week.
Black Wall Street, Black people are amazing, and I think we need to always keep that. That's a good thing to have, like you said, in a household trivia. That's something to go study and look at, because you don't see the encyclopedia anymore in
Right.
people's houses and stuff like that.
But this is a great game. Everyone's into these Citizens of Humanity games. They're into a lot of home games that bring families together. I'm a big fan of games because I do feel like it brings everyone together. So I do
Drop the
understand
mic
that.
for Black people. Go ahead.
And I want to go ahead and bring that back and shout them out because I'm not even looking for any type of commission, any type of referral. I'm not looking for anything. Let's just say that.
It's
You know,
just a
they do
shout
have a
out to something
rewards
that's hot.
program. They have a rewards program. No, but I didn't even sign up for that because I'm willing to pay full price for their product because I want them to win. You know what I mean? I want them
just shout
to
them out 'cause they
continue to
hot.
progress. Yeah, for sure. And that's
Yeah.
all it is.
And
So let's.
and Black History Month in general. I mean, just Black History period. We are amazing, and we need to celebrate that every day, not just this month or whatever the case is. We build pyramids with no regular tools at Home Depot. Drop the mic. Next topic. That's a, you know, when there's nothing else to be said. You be like, pyramid still standing.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Next.
I already know.
So yeah, that's what's up. So I hope everyone's having a great month, and we are going to go into the hamster wheel. We kind of touched on it earlier with D Defines, and we didn't want to get too into it because again, they'll go keep you on a circle. So let's go on that wheel. What is the hamster wheel of the week? So the hamster wheel of the week would be basically. So we're speaking about love language. That was the topic of the show. If you have a significant other whose love language doesn't match yours, if they're straight up affirmations, they say a lot of things, you know, they affirm things to you, makes you feel good, oh baby, you're beautiful, this, that, the other, but there's no quality time as much as you would like, and that's your love language. Everything's about quality time. Can you stay with someone whose love language is totally opposite of yours, whose love language you have to adapt to? If they don't adapt to your love language, can you stay with them? Even though you know their love is real, it's not the way you want to be loved.
I get the question now. And no.
Nope.
Straight
Next.
to the point, straight blatant.
Nope.
Because
Next.
if I can't be loved the way I need to be loved, then do I feel loved? If I don't feel loved, then why am I in a relationship?
But will you take the time to teach him how you need to be loved? Will you give
If
him
he's
that
willing to
chance?
be taught. Because in a way,
Yeah, some people have a habit.
In a way, if you're set in your ways and you're kind of stuck in a way where you're constantly doing the same thing, then at one point I'm going to have to put some sort of a time frame on it. If I don't see any change, I'm literally going to just, make the change I want to see.
Now, what if you dig deeper and you realize his parents never said I love you, and you realize how he was taught love is so different from how you was loved, and family giving you hugs and I love you, D, I love you, is that an exception? Well, let me not say an exception because nothing's an exception to your happiness, but is that an exception of time as far as more time you give him, more, leeway?
I think there are a lot of factors in that.
Yeah.
There are definitely some factors.
Ooh, the hamster wheel.
Because let's say if I had already fell in love with this person and I'm aware that this is one of their situations,
love is hard. Mm-hmm.
then I have to feel like I'm going to work with that person because I'm already in love with them. I want them to be better. I want them to express love the way is healthy.
But before you fell in love, you would have assessed their love language. Isn't that correct?
For sure. And I feel like had they been themselves the whole time, this would have become apparent before I fell in love.
Yes, very true. Very, very true. Yes. Pay attention.
If it did become apparent before I fell in love, then I guess I would have nipped it in the bud, or I probably wouldn't have fell in love if I wasn't feeling loved.
Okay.
Okay.
Or what if he gives you that type of love, but not as often as you want it? Like, so when.
And I think that's what I was going to veer towards. Now, I think that one issue that I have come across is being with someone that is, I guess, temperamental. It's on their terms. It's along their lines. And it's in a way where there may be times where I need you and I want to talk and I want to, be able to just shed what I'm going through. But if you're not in that right state of mind to give me that response that I'm looking for or love me and be there for me in that way, then I'm not getting the reception that I'm looking for. So I have been with someone where in a way they weren't always ready to receive me emotionally and give me that support that I needed and verbally be there for me, which is what I majority feel is what I need to know that you love me. You have to prepare
people to be ready for you. You ain't never lie.
Yeah.
You ain't
I
never
think
lie.
you have to prepare people to know how. You have to always teach people how to treat you.
Yeah, and how to deal with you.
Right. So with anything.
We spoke about that in the first episode.
Yeah.
See how shit
so
just come back around?
Always full circle. And that's with anything. So even in a relationship, if I'm expecting you to love me, I'm going to express to you what I consider being loved and what I've had in the past that made me feel loved.
Right.
And you should already have been wanting to ask these questions and understand this for yourself also if you're, moving forward in this relationship.
Right. And
The
sometimes
moment we're progressing,
yeah.
these
But
are
sometimes you don't want to
topics and
teach them
conversations
too
that should
much
have.
because then it's like I'm kind of telling you how to do it. Like you should take that energy to figure it out after I give you an idea. You understand?
I'm not gonna say I've built a few people. I mean, they're
Build a man.
I'm not gonna. Everyone before the one. I mean, every guy I've ever been with. In a way, you've always been teaching. You've always been instilling shit.
Have you heard of Build a Bear?
Of course, the Build a Bear. I've built a man.
Sorry. I had to stop you right there because I'm still on that. Building. That was our last topic, talking about building a man or a female. Yeah, that's a big conversation. We always gonna talk about that. But yeah, no, I get you. It's definitely, everyone's different with time and what they're willing, compromise. So yes, we have had that hamster wheel. So we gonna talk about it. This is Blatant Conversations.
Gotta be said, say it now, no hesitation.
Gotta stay focused for the next generation. We gonna talk about it. This is Blatant Conversations.